Hey friends, welcome back to another video in my Rebuilding The Sims 2 series. I am here in Brittleton Bay working on a house for Alexandra O'Mackey. She is the ex-wife of Gabe O'Mackey, who I have already built the house for. I will link that here if you want to check that out. And yeah, so this is, I can't remember the name of this specific lot, but yeah, it's the one in Brindleton Bay down by the docks and piers and whatnot. And the house that I'm building, it's based off of a house from The Sims 2 called 202 Town Center Road. Not a super descriptive name, but yeah, it's it's a fairly small house. It's got one bedroom, kind of an open floor plan. At least my version does. The original, not as much, and it also has this small greenhouse, kind of outside of the main building. So yeah, I wanted to add that in. The original version also had a partial greenhouse roof on the main house. So I wanted to recreate that in a way. It's not in the same place that it was in the original, but I think it worked out nice. It ends up being right over the kitchen, which I think would be pretty cool in a real house to have a nice big skylight. Yeah, that's what it's called. And the Sim, who you can actually see in the video, she's just kind of standing outside. Her aspiration is to be a pirate. I don't think you can really do that in The Sims 4, but there was a adventurer career in The Sims 2, and one of the job promotions you could get is a dread pirate. So that was her kind of backstory. So I'm still kind of bringing that through. I did recreate her in The Sims 4, dressed her kind of like a pirate as best as I could. And yeah, and the exterior of the build, it's very Cape Cod style. It should kind of blend into Brindleton Bay pretty well. But then the inside with the furnishings, I kind of did a little bit of an eclectic mix. With a lot of industrial influences. I thought that would kind of work well for her character. Something about the industrial furniture in the game just kind of reminds me of pirates. I don't know, I think it's like the wood and the metal together and all of the pieces kind of reminds me of like a pirate ship or something, or like a treasure chest. So yeah, I thought those kind of help tell that story a little bit. Maybe she's really into industrial design. Even though her house doesn't really look like that right now. So maybe she's in the process of renovating it, refurnishing, things like that. So yeah, a lot of industrial furniture. You'll see for the dining table, I ended up using 3 different types of chairs with it. I imagine maybe she has procured those chairs and maybe not the most legal of ways, if you catch my drift. So they're just kind of mismatched and whatnot. Maybe some things she has purchased, other things she has pirated. And yeah, and the Sim herself, I did make her a kleptomaniac. I thought that would fit very well with her. So yeah, I think it's this one was fun to kind of imagine how how she got all of the different pieces of furniture that she has. And as of recording this voiceover, I haven't uploaded it to the gallery, so I'm not exactly sure how many packs I ended up using, but I don't think I used a terrible amount. I don't know. It will be on it'll be on the gallery right now as of you watching this. So if you want to download it, you certainly can do that. But yeah, I don't think I used too many. I did use a lot of base game, a lot of cats and dogs, just since it's in Brindleton Bay and I wanted it to fit into the world. Yeah, kind of a mix of packs. Like for the kitchen here, I used the fridge from Cottage Living, and I think that stove is from Parenthood. So yeah, even here in the kitchen, I'm using kind of a mix of styles as well. I kind of liked the mix of the industrial with the sort of vintage appliances, and yeah, I think I don't know. I kind of like how it turned out. And normally I hate the cabinets that match these sort of industrial counters. But I ended up using the end pieces of those cabinets, and I think they looked a lot nicer with the glass fronts, and you can kind of see inside them. I thought those looked a lot better. And since there was a matching bar for those counters, I added that in. I mean, as a pirate, maybe she falls into that stereotype of really loving rum. So, she's got to have a place to make all of her rum-based beverages. And that's really important. And I was a little conflicted on some of the furnishings because I don't know, because all of the really expensive items I feel they have a very kind of antique look to them, which I didn't think really suited her style that much. So I only used a few items of that sort of style, like this globe. And then I'm imagining that, normally she just sells, all of the treasure that she has found. And just kind of buys what she actually wants. So that's my headcanon. I don't know. I don't know what a modern pirate would be like. So yeah, that's kind of what I went with. And then yeah, here I'm doing kind of the thing where I've already pulled out everything, and then I'm just placing it at a slower speed so you can kind of get a good look at it. I thought that would work out a little bit better for this. I was kind of zooming around a lot, so I thought this would be a little bit easier to see. But yeah, a lot of industrial furniture like the couch and the chair, end table, that bookcase. And then I gave her like the really nice frame TV. I thought that would look really nice in there. Maybe that's something that she has purchased since with her ill-gotten gains. Or maybe she stole it. I don't know. But yeah, for the bathroom, I imagine, she hasn't updated this yet, so this is just kind of the original bathroom, a little bit older look, with this shower tub combo, kind of this, even the toilet is kind of older looking, but yeah, pretty simple overall. At one point I was considering using more eco lifestyle items to maybe indicate that she likes to maybe create her own stuff or something like that, but I don't know, I didn't think that made as much sense as her just stealing things and either keeping them or selling them to buy other stuff, rather than, just crafting her own furniture. So yeah, I didn't end up going in that direction. But I did use, I used this bed from Horse Ranch. I don't know, it fit in, when I was kind of pre-planning some of the things. So yeah, I thought that worked out nicely. Used a couple, industrial items in here as well. And I thought she would keep this like bust that she found that's like really, really valuable. So, that's really important to her. And I'm also imagining that she isn't home all that often. She's out traveling and sailing the 7 seas and all of that. So I made the grass this sort of brown color, so it looks like it's kind of dead. She doesn't really take care of the lawn or anything. I did fairly minimal landscaping as well, more just kind of like hedges that would maybe be a little bit hardier that she doesn't have to worry about. So I thought that made sense for her character. So plus the lot isn't very big. There's not a lot of space to do much with. But yeah, I think the landscaping turned out nice. You'll have to let me know what you think. And in a second, I'll do some more terrain painting. And it was kind of hard to see it because of how brown the grass was. So I had to make it a bit darker than I probably normally would. So yeah, that was kind of funny. I was struggling a little bit with that. Even when I was doing the kind of really dark terrain paint underneath the like shrubs and stuff, I had issues trying to see that. And for this greenhouse, I put in some planters, but I didn't plant anything in them. Since she's gone all the time, I imagine she doesn't really bother actually growing anything. Maybe the planters were just there when she bought the house. But I did put in the table from the Jungle Adventure pack, for when she's looking at all of her relics and things. And I also put in a woodworking table. I thought maybe she is a little bit handy, she has to know how to fix the ship and whatnot. And the next video that I have coming out is going to be part of my Rebuilding the Worlds, like 10 years later series. I'm creating new characters who used to own the Blue Velvet nightclub. because now Bob Pancakes owns that. So you'll have to check out that video if you haven't watched it yet. And then the next one in my Sims 2 series will be an unoccupied house from Riverblossom Hills that is very unusual for the world. Like, it has a very like tropical sort of island theme to it. So yeah, that one's very odd. So I'm excited to try building that in The Sims 4. But yeah, now I'm just finishing up with the lighting, and then I'll leave you with screenshots, and that'll pretty much do it for me. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. That helps a lot. And subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you so much. Have a great day.